All right, who wants to watch a video? I think we should watch something. Does anyone have any good recommendations? If not, I have some. Actually, here we go. I can cue this up. I got something for us. All right.
I can't. My toes.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna watch this video, Disturbing Things from Around the Internet, Volume 13 by Nexpo.
What do you do when you find yourself staring into a space? Empty, yet terrifying. It's a phenomenon that's gained widespread attention in the past couple years due to the nature of our ever-evolving world. Things are changing, closing, being forgotten, and in their way.
I like the back rooms, so I fuck with the back rooms, that whole vibe aesthetic. Like, it's just creepy enough to get me. Like, look at this. Weird vibes. Yes, some
What is it
unrendered
about
textures.
source maps that unnerve us?
Oh, is
Is
he
it the
talking
feeling of
suspiciously?
loneliness?
Oh,
The
I
emptiness
see.
that comes
He's
with the
talking
very
about
purpose of a landscape?
fucking
Or is it perhaps
source
the
maps,
fact
I
that we
see.
can hear the sounds of other humans carrying out their lives in the distance, yet in our eyes, we're the only ones here? It's a funny feeling, that a feeling of confused anticipation as we await people that will never
worst
come.
liminal space, backrooms in the
Contrary
mall, or
to the
old
evidence around
children's
us.
hospital.
Buildings, furniture within a cozy apartment, beer in the
I
fridge.
don't know, probably. I'm
Nobody
gonna say
ever
mall
will.
just because I feel like that's more relatable, I guess.
Throughout the late 90s and into the 2000s,
Like, I've been into
video
more
games were
malls
playing
than
on
I've
the
been
trope
into
of liminal
children's
spaces
hospitals.
without
That's
even
just me
knowing it.
personally.
Gary's
But
Mod and Silent Hill are two that come to mind
just
immediately.
seeing, like,
And
an
while Gmod
empty
was more of an accidental case, Silent
backroom-esque
Hill was a bit more on the nose.
mall area is just creepy.
Everything about it is interwoven with the very fabric of what makes liminal spaces so. You know, autophobia is something inexplicably and terrifyingly unique. And you never really know it until you're in it. At school after hours. At a hotel pool when no one's around. The very last one in a shopping mall. There are so many cases for situations like this, and the beauty of the internet is that we're able to share pictures and stories of spaces that terrify us. Together. Whether it's through gaming or reality, liminal spaces and their play on our natural fear of loneliness are terrifying, and regardless if we ever figure out why they're so eerie, it's irrefutable that they'll always persist in the dark depths of the internet. There's something of a reminder, a memento, a lens into a world that is and will always be nothing but a burning, fading, and ever so distant memory.
Dreams cannot tell the future. Oddities on Channel 5.
It's late at night. You're cozied up in your room watching creepy YouTube videos. There are seemingly endless, but there is one channel that I'd like to highlight tonight. It's called Floresita Dreams, and at first glance of their channel, we can notice the absurdity with their thumbnails. Their content is just as cryptic and heavily resembles various ARGs that we've encountered in videos past.
It's like, who takes the time to make these kind of videos?
It's in Spanish, but that doesn't
It's just
discount how
interesting
strange it
to me,
is.
like,
At
somebody
the end
took
of
the
the day,
time
though,
to like edit
you
and
might
put
be
that
wondering,
creepy video
why
together.
are we talking about
Just
this
upload
tonight?
it for no one. Respect the effort. Honestly, I kind of do like people. Let's just make this weird thing, throw it out on the internet, see what happens.
In the midst of
fun.
scouring
Keep
for
people
topics
on
to
their
cover,
toes.
I was sent an
These
email by a person named
ARGs.
Joshua.
I'm assuming
A
that's
link
kind of
to
what
this
this
channel and their explanation of it states the following. After Spanish cartoons broadcasted in Mexico, there used to be a PSA showing missing people with their pictures and info on their last known whereabouts. One girl that showed up consistently was named Celine Delgado, and her only picture was of very poor quality,
Flooded Iris.
eerie, and her
Hello,
features were
welcome
very vague.
to the chat.
The actual
Welcome to
video's in
town.
Spanish, but from what
How
I
you doing today?
understand,
We are
it suggests that
currently
she doesn't
watching
actually exist
Disturbing
and was
Things from Around
artificially
the
made
Internet,
specifically to
Volume
appear
13
unsettling,
from
so
Nexpo.
people would better remember the
So
broadcast.
if you're into spooky, creepy vibes, you're in the right spot.
Interesting. The video in question was uploaded on September 2nd of this year and is titled Cinética del Patrón, Celine Delgado. Let's have a look.
Celine Delgado. Celine Delgado es un patrón de rostros artificiales. Los rostros son construidos artificialmente y simulan ser caras humanas, para generar emociones deseando generar estímulos supernormales.
Okay, this is weird. Maybe this wasn't the move. This is tripping me out. What the fuck? You love the look. Thanks.
Alright,
Appreciate
it
that.
seems bizarre, but they're onto something.
I literally just a couple minutes ago.
At the beginning of the video,
did an eyeliner
Floresita
tutorial.
seems to assert the hypothesis that the face of a woman named
I'll clip
Celine
it for you.
Delgado,
I'll
quote,
get some footage for you.
kinetically fits non-human,
Beauty
AI-generated
guru
faces
Nico the Kid
using the constant
is in
tau.
town.
They go forth to explain the uncanny valley, and among these, Celine's face is shown mashed up with various others. They display a few examples that are, admittedly, eerie, and ultimately argue that the identity of this Celine Delgado is, as Joshua stated, artificial.
What the fuck is that?
Now, this is a lot to unpack, but considering that it's something that we haven't looked into prior, I found it worth considering. So, who is Celine Delgado, and how did she become wrapped up in this eerie shroud of urban legend?
I feel like I'm tripping it right now. This is weird. Canal 5.
Throughout the 1990s, there was a TV segment run on Channel 5 in Mexico named Servicio de la Comunidad, or Channel 5 Community Service. As Joshua stated, it was a TV spot that ran between children's cartoons in hopes of spreading the word about various missing persons. The segments, contrary to what we're going to discuss later tonight, actually contain voiceovers giving various details and last locations of missing persons, and at first glance, these are mostly tame. When you really look into it though, the eerie nature of these TV spots stems from when you consider how Channel 5 handled the case of just one person, Celine Delgado.
Celine Delgado.
Over the years, her face would reportedly pop up in nearly every
this meant to be,
Servicio
like,
de
one of
la
those, like,
Comunidad segment,
dream faces?
utilizing
Like, I
this
mean, we
exact
just saw that
same
guy
low-quality
earlier.
photo.
I've seen him in
There
videos
were times
before.
where
It's
they
like,
give a bit of background
have you seen
info
this
about
man
her,
in your dreams?
like the fact that she went missing on April 22nd and was
I
just
feel like
18
if I ever
years
did
old.
see that man in my
Delgado
dreams,
López, de 18 años,
I'd
se
probably
extravió
just
el
cry.
22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón.
But what cemented her case into the minds of thousands of people came nearly 30 years later.
Time for lunch, munch, munch. Time for a munch.
This feels like a meme. Hey, yo.
It goes without saying that the
I'm
videos you're
really
currently
watching some,
viewing
like,
are very obviously
trippy
works
shit
of
right
fiction.
now.
They were part of a stunt pulled by Channel 5 on their
It
official
was a
Twitter
meme?
page throughout 2019 and 2020.
I have
During
seen
this
that
time,
before.
they were
Good
known to
catch.
upload obscure, eerie videos to their account, only to delete
Ew,
them
what the
just
fuck?
hours later. It was an antic that ultimately catalyzed their rise to the Twitter trending page on numerous occasions, and also
Thanks for
drives home the
backing me
point
up. I knew
that this
it was a
real-world
meme. I knew
TV
I'd seen
channel
that somewhere
is
before.
not above messing with you. In the midst of these posts, though, came one that involved a familiar name. This one,
Celine Delgado. Let me
posted
guess.
after midnight on the 20th of February 2020. We can clearly make out the name Celine,
Can we? Oh yeah, I guess we
given
can.
that she was what many presumed to be an actual missing person that was constantly broadcasted on a kids channel over the span of years. It gave birth to a new sort of urban legend that the Floresita Dreams channel was entertaining. The hypothesis that this person is potentially not real. The major
Okay. It's definitely got me spooked.
Now, when I
Definitely,
stumbled
like,
upon
looking
this
around my
video in my
room now, like,
research,
what the
I,
fuck?
among many others, had initially assumed that this footage was real. Regarding the real case of Celine Delgado, unfortunately nothing has ever come of it. She has, as far as anyone knows, never been found, and her case has sat that way for decades. Personally, I think Celine Delgado, contrary to the rumors online, is indeed a real person. To me, Celine Delgado was a real person with a story that likely never received any sort of closure, and a person that is now forever wrapped up in the realm of urban legend.
That's interesting. I think he makes a good point there at the end. That's probably, like, she probably was a real person that really just went missing and slipped through the cracks. And then people years later found out about this little broadcast, found no record of her, and were like, oh, let's run with this. We can make it creepy. Something like that, at least. I don't know. I don't know what goes on in creepypasta makers' minds.
But, of course, that's just my conjecture.
Oh god, I hate the emergency broadcast noise. It's just like a triggering noise.
On the evening of April 9th, an 85-year-old man named Clarence Schultz had just wrapped up dinner with his wife
Clarence.
Geraldine. He was in the other room getting cleaned up when she suddenly called him back into the kitchen. "Look out the window," she claims. And when he does, Clarence would come face to face with a scene straight out of a nightmare. Immediately, he heads upstairs to grab supplies while she stays behind. And while up there, he pulls out his cell phone to take a quick video. What he was unaware of, though, was that while taking this footage, the tornado wasn't heading away,
He's headed
but
straight
rather
for him.
straight towards them.
That's fucking horrifying. I like to talk mad shit. Like, oh, I could take a tornado. I'm looking at this now. I'm like, nah. I mean, it's game over in this. Why anyone lives in Kansas is beyond me. If I just looked out my window on a random weeknight and I saw that, I couldn't do it. Right next to one floor. Have you been? I've been, and this was like when I was really young. Like I was in like elementary, kindergarten, school age. And I lived in a small town and I was at school, and storm once started moving, and I remember we all had to like take shelter in the hallways. I remember being so young, I didn't quite know what was going on. I thought we were just playing a game in the halls where we all had to tuck our heads. But Looking back on it, I don't even think it was that serious. It was like teeny tiny tornado that touched down,
Clarence
but it
Schultz didn't make it back to his wife.
died almost right
But
away.
thankfully,
Didn't really move around
He
anywhere.
did make it out of this alive.
So I can't say that I have
Geraldine,
ever actually
however,
been next to one forming.
wasn't quite so lucky.
But it sounds
In
terrifying.
the moments following, Geraldine Schultz was one of 2 deaths and 11 injuries that were caused
Oh.
by the events from April 9th. The other,
That's so
their
fucked
neighbor
up
and
now.
longtime friend named Jacqueline Cloza. Cloza reportedly had a massive fear of spiders, which her daughter claims is why she didn't seek refuge in her own basement.
No way. That's kind of
In total, over $19 million in damages were reported,
Understandable, I
and
guess,
the
is what I
aftermath
was gonna
footage
say.
embodies the devastation that was left behind.
She picked her poison there. She really did.
Thankfully,
Weather be scary. It really do. It really do. Flooded Iris. Between tornadoes and hurricanes, sandstorms. Don't even get me started on earthquakes.
911, what are you
I don't
reporting?
think earthquakes qualify as weather, but still. Do they qualify as weather?
all things considered,
That be the
night
ground.
was going
Yeah.
okay,
Thanks.
and nothing was out of the ordinary.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
At
Take
around 10
literally
p.m.,
every single
the
thing I
three
say
hear a
with
loud
like
noise
a
at the
grain
front
of
of the
salt,
house.
or a couple of
It
grains of
sounds
salt.
like an
even.
intruder. It was at this point when Chris would encounter an unknown man standing near his front door, and immediately, he too calls the authorities.
Is this his video or?
The following
is this
audio
just, like,
takes
stock
place the
footage?
moment the call center answered.
What is location of your emergency?
Yes, there's a man in my house right now.
What is, hold on, stop for a second.
Whoa, there's a man in my house.
I need you to give me your address first.
6300 Proctor Avenue.
Is that a house or an apartment?
House at the end of the street. Why are you in my house, bro? Tell me to talk to him.
Bro,
You
what
don't
the
get
fuck?
speakerphone. Why are you in my house, though?
Sir, how many other people are in your house?
It's me, my wife, and our daughter.
How old is your daughter?
She's 2.
2? Okay.
Ooh.
Do you have any idea who he is?
Why do they ask
No.
that? Like,
Let my wife talk to him.
is that how they determine like how important that call is? Like, do they rank a 2-year-old's life over, like, if he had said like his kid was like 17, do you think there would have been like not as important as the 2-year-old?
Guys. All right, I promise. Shake my hand. 140 in Jones. You can go. I'm not going to hunt you.
Where is William at right now?
He's standing next to me in my hallway.
Okay, are we still on speakerphone?
We still are. He's right here.
Okay. William!
Yes, ma'am.
William, okay. Can Christopher and his wife and daughter step outside?
No. Yeah, I'm not. Ma'am,
What?
they're safe.
They're safe?
They're safe. They're going to stand right here with me.
What are you doing in their house?
I told you there. Shots fired.
Where was shots fired at?
Going on, Old 37, or Old Kentucky,
What's that?
This call makes no
No, I
sense.
ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm kind of not following it either. I'm
William!
guessing. My guess,
What do you know?
I
What are
can
you trying to
best
have
I can
them
think
do?
of is this guy's
That's it.
Why is he going
completely out of his mind off
Why
some
you want
kind
that
of
door? Don't
drugs.
want that
He's
door.
tripping
You're all
mad
man.
balls
I
right
give you my
now.
word, man. You straight.
I get what you're saying, but you got 2 guns, bro.
You're
You
safe.
got 2 guns?
Keep ripping my chair.
I'm not
This
doing
is
anything.
unfortunate.
William!
Get in my house, man.
I'm sorry, man.
William, listen to me!
Why are you here in the first place?
William, can you listen
This
to me?
is like a bizarre 911 call.
I need
This
you to
poor
put those guns down.
911
got-
operator is
I've
just
got
like,
officers that
hello,
wanna help
listen
you.
to me, hello.
I have officers that want to help you and keep you safe, so I need
Or
you
he's
to
scared
put
from
those
his
guns
life running
down.
from someone. I mean, yeah, that's benefit of the doubt.
I'm
I should give him
911.
benefit of the doubt.
I've got help for you.
It's-
I need
it's
you
just
to put those guns down so that they
all
can get you
around
the help
a-
that you need.
Pretty
I
like
want-
confusing. Like
Police here, so I can leave.
The
like,
police
why-
are there, William.
if
The
he,
police are there.
I don't know.
No, they're not.
They are there.
Even if he was
They're
running
there.
from someone,
I've got a
like if
lot
you were
of
running from
deputies there.
someone and you had 2 guns on you, which
I'm not
they're
harming
saying
you, I
he has
promise.
2 guns apparently
My
on
word.
him.
My wife,
Why
he got
run into
threatened
just
with
some
that.
random
Bro,
person's
you
house
understand?
with those guns?
They got two
What do you
men.
just
Okay, I get you, bro.
I'm not harming
use
you.
your
Order
two
your
guns on
children,
whoever's
order your
chasing
wife.
you? At least that would be my thought process. But William here has different ideas.
William.
Yes.
Hey, this is Joe from the Sheriff's Department. How are you, man?
Glad you bad from underneath the door. Don't come through that door.
Okay. We're not going to come through the door, man, but I just want to talk to you and find out what's going on.
You don't know why they're after
Don't
him.
come through that door. Slide your back underneath
We're
that
going
door,
down a
man.
rabbit hole now. We're going down a
Well,
rabbit hole now.
I'm not
You
even
sound like
outside
you
the
got
door,
a
man.
theory.
I'm
I want
outside
your
the house.
theory.
What else?
You think he
Stop
didn't
playing
pay
games
up?
with me, man.
What's he running from?
What's
I wanna know
got
the
you all
deets.
worked up today, man?
Let's hear this. Oh, he hung up. See, he doesn't even have his own story straight.
Hello? Hello? Is this Christopher?
Hello.
No, Christopher's dead.
Hello. Oh shit, that took a really fucked up turn there really quick, actually.
Contrary to the man's claim, Chris wasn't dead the moment he said it.
Wait. I don't want to hear him talk about it. I want to hear Flooded Iris's plot. I want to hear the theory before we really get into this. Poltergeist, that's another good idea. William doesn't actually just doesn't exist at all, and the Chris guy is just dreaming everything. Chris guy's actually the one tripping his mind out on drugs. William's just a hallucination. Oh, here we go. He shows up to buy drugs. He shows up to buy drugs in a nearby house with a friend. Friend gets shot. His lad runs, goes into a house on another street to hide. Doesn't realize someone's home right away. Lets him call the police because they're scared. Realizes the cops are gonna come. Decides he doesn't want to get caught. Starts making stuff up. Okay. I like the way you think, Flooded Iris. You're really gunning for poor William here, and I think that's what he needs. He definitely doesn't have a lot of people gunning for him in this situation, so glad to see you pull through for him. You're a fucking rock, Flooded Iris. A rock. Let's go see what the actual story is
Minutes
now.
later, though, he would be.
Okay, well, it sounds like
After
somebody's
hearing
dead,
the gunfire,
so
police forced their way into the home. During their advancement, 3 officers were shot and would sustain non-life-threatening wounds.
Hey, what's your name, man? Hey, this is Joe out here, okay? Man, we don't want anything bad to happen. We're not gonna hurt you.
Listen to me, please. You're wrong. Slide your back before you hit the door.
Say that again, man.
Once they charged towards the bedroom that Jones was hiding out in, they'd encounter Neil lying on the floor with the bedroom window ajar. Outside of it was Jones trying to flee. However, his efforts were in vain. During his arraignment, his defense attorney maintained his innocence, claiming that Jones was running from an attacker that night and ultimately sought refuge in the Neil home.
that's
I
what
think
his
the
attorney
911
said. Flooded Iris, were you William's attorney? Is that the secret? You were William's attorney, and now you're sticking to the story even in chat? I respect that. I respect that a lot. I guess I didn't watch
When
enough
audio
to see
speaks
what he
for
was,
itself.
if he was charged.
However,
but
it'll ultimately be
I'm
up
on
to a jury
the-
in his eventual trial.
I'm on that side. Let me put myself there, I guess.
Since the incident, Haley Coe has given birth to the couple's second child and is now raising them alone.
Good for her, though.
With this, their oldest daughter will be
that's a
forever
lot.
scarred by the loss of her dad that night,
Yeah.
and their youngest will never know him. Christopher
That is
Neal
sad.
died protecting his family,
Can neither
protecting
confirm
his
nor
family
deny.
from a
I
lifelong
get
criminal.
What
and
is
no
that
matter if
called?
Jones is sentenced to
Attorney-client
life in
privilege.
prison
I
with
get it.
justice served, the Neal family will forever have to live on without a husband and without a father.
JK, no, that lad was on something. Okay. We switched up real quick here, I guess. Okay, we're on the fuck William train. Fuck William.
coverage of a missing persons
Broke into some people's
investigation.
house on
Not a
something
whole
and
lot
killed
to
them.
go on, and that is why we need.
Some fucked up shit. I've almost
Saturday
even
evening,
had some shit like that happen
1989.
before. Like this was a year or two ago.
Central and
There was,
North
like, a guy
America
running
are recovering
around
from a
back when I
recent
was living at
Category
my
5
parents'.
hurricane. United States President-elect George
And
H.W.
he was
Bush
on
is
something
preparing
for
to swear
sure.
in
He
as
was,
the
like,
41st president
having the
with
worst
just
trip
under a
of
week
his
to
life,
go.
and he was kept just screaming,
And on Channel 5
"Where's
of
my
in Chicago,
gun?" And I
Illinois,
got to a point
an
where I was like,
NBC
"Oh my God, do we
affiliated
have to
news
be
station
worried here?"
by the name of
It was like 2 in the
WMAQ
morning,
is
and I
wrapping
was
up its
low-key
nightly
just like
programming.
eavesdropping from my
In relation
window.
to the other two, a news station broadcast keeping up the status quo doesn't seem
but it
all that
was actually
notable
like really
or
fucked up. He
interesting.
broke in
And to be honest
to
with
a
you,
car on the street, and
it isn't.
the people
Rather, it's
who
what
owned the car
transpired
had like a bottle
afterwards
of
that's
pills,
piqued my
heart
interest.
pills that they had in there.
It's
and he
extremely
took, like,
subtle,
the whole
but
bottle. It
after
was
being
fucked up.
discovered relatively recently, the footage you're about to watch has opened the door to a mystery
Like, just
that's
rob him
perplexed
and
a
get out.
small
Yeah,
but
that's the
growing
thing
corner
is,
of the internet.
That's why I'm on the, like,
Have a look.
he was drugged. Because, I mean, why else would you
This
just...
is WMAQ TV,
There's
Channel
like,
5,
yeah, I mean, that's
NBC
exactly
television
right.
in
Rob
Chicago.
them and get out. The only
We
way
now
you're
leave
gonna
the
stick
air and
around
wish you a
mess around
pleasant
is if
good
you're
morning.
off your mind, which is unfortunate. Now what have we gone to? I didn't pay attention. We'll figure it out along the way.
Negative progress reports. No voiceover to fill you
It was
in.
just tapping outside.
Absolutely nothing.
Uh-oh, flooded.
This just
That's William.
exists.
That's
as a
William
late-night
Jones. He's after you
post-broadcast
now.
info
Oh my
screen
gosh, you better
shown
lock
at a
up.
time when most
He heard
viewers
what you were
likely
saying
directed
about
their
him.
attention elsewhere. All we're left with
I'm
is
just
the
kidding.
name
I'm
Joanna
not trying to
Lopez,
make you, like,
a poorly
paranoid
lit
or
photo of
anything.
her face, and a now defunct phone number
just an
that's been
animal
found to lead to
flooded
the
iris,
youth
don't worry,
division
it's
of the
nothing.
Chicago Police Department.
3 outside walls and a huge
Something
fucking
about the way
windows.
this was presented
Oh,
just
perfect.
seems
So you got a
off.
good view of your
And
backyard. You can see if
considering
he's
the
out
current
there.
online discourse
You know what he
about
looks
it,
like now too. You
I'm
can
not
ID him.
alone in feeling this.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, William?
You're watching NBC5.
Listen, I know
Chicago.
you heard what I was saying about
That
you.
is very difficult.
But I swear I'm on the pro William team. We're pro William in this stream.
2 years later, in 1991,
Siding shifting, we just put up new
WMAQ
stuff.
would once
I
again
hope
wrap
it's
up
that
their
too.
nightly broadcast. In a strikingly
you know, I
similar
think that's
and almost
probably
random fashion,
100% what it
Joanna's
is.
missing notice would be played once more.
Just watching creepy videos like these late at night are just bound to stir up spooky vibes and just make you paranoid. It does for me, at least. Whenever I watch videos like this, I gotta like lock all my doors and cover up the window before I go
Considering
to
the
bed.
blink and you'll miss it nature of the notice this
Neighbors
time,
are out of town, so you
it
know it
too
ain't them.
fell on deaf ears.
Shit, it was
There
something.
was,
How brave
again,
are you, Flooded?
No supporting info about her. No
How brave are
updates
you?
that might have cropped
Go out
up
on
in
an
the prior
adventure.
2 years. Still no age, height,
Find
weight,
what it was.
nothing. Just this obscure photo with the word missing plastered on top of it. Given how long it was since the last update, combined with the implied lack of any progress in the search, it was beginning to seem that the chances of finding Joanna were dwindling as the days went by. Joanna Lopez has presumably never been found.
Shit. It's always weird to think about how many missing people there are. Like, where do they go? Like, they have to go somewhere. Where do they go? It's just like spooky how easy it is for people to just disappear. Construction sites. It's a good place to dump bodies, isn't it? You just pour them in the concrete.
In late 2020 and into 2021, Joanna's mysterious
You got
missing
like all the
notice
insight
would
to
finally
this
be
Flooded
shared to
Iris.
Reddit.
You got
2 posts are
you got
known
all
to have
the
spearheaded
insider
conversation.
know-how.
One by a
I like
Luke
that.
Inspire, and another by a Chris Polygon. Heading to that link presents us with a Jane Doe, 276 UFIL. She was found deceased in an alleyway, naked from the waist down. It goes without saying that our working evidence is tenuous. However, lining up this photo with that of Joanna Lopez, while considering the time and location in which she was found, postulating that this woman is Joanna isn't out of the realm of possibility. I've done some
Yeah, I
digging on
guess I
various
can see
missing
it.
persons from around the time period, and have also come up short with results. There are quite a few from around Illinois. However, their dates of discovery don't quite line up with the two missing broadcasts. It's
Soft, cryptic music.
The internet harbors a vast abyss of content that is perplexing, intriguing, and immensely haunting. A community thriving off sharing derelict areas around the world. An internet urban legend that engulfed the name of someone who has never been found. An unforeseen natural disaster that wreaked havoc on a community. A 911 call in the midst of a home invasion. And a missing persons broadcast
All right,
that
what was
never
everyone's
found a
favorite story
resolution.
that we went over?
Thank you so much for tuning in to this special Halloween edition of Disturbing Things from around the internet.
Probably the William one.
I hope you
honestly
all enjoyed this, and if you have any eerie
that one
discoveries,
had some good discussion.
Hey, what's your name?
I like that. Oh, I didn't mean to actually clip back, but we were at the end anyways. Yeah, I'm feeling William too. All right. That was a good video. I always like watching these, especially late at night. Good vibes. Good vibes. Got to build our own lore. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the detective mind in us working. We're working to figure it out. Other than that, if there's nothing else to watch, I might even go ahead and call it a night. I've been going for a while, dealt with some technical difficulties, but all in the life, right? So, thanks for the follow, Flooded Iris. It's been great having you, seriously. And I hope to see you tomorrow, really. Or anytime. Because you're coming right here at the beginning. The beginning of the kid. Have a nice night. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye-bye.